Taking a look at how solar and wind work in your town. I'm Jill Horner. This is Comcast Newsmakers. With me this hour is New Jersey State Assemblyman Upendra Chivukula of the 17th Legislative District. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you, Jill.
When we talked about how solar is actually installed in different towns and how wind works in different towns, it's actually regulated and ordinances work in different ways in different municipalities. What does that mean for the actual installation and the decisions that people make for having that installation done in their different towns?
Well, it is definitely, somebody has to go into a municipality and understand their ordinances and look at their permit fees. It varies from municipality to municipality. And it is also because there's no uniformity time. It may take, in Hamilton, it may take 4 weeks. Another town, next town, Trenton, may take 6 weeks. And so, we need to eliminate that, so come up with some uniformity across the state.
So in different municipalities, ordinances work in different ways. So you're working to create a set standard in terms of ordinances. What would this mean if the different standards come down from the state level? What would this mean for installers and the decisions that individuals can make for the installation of solar projects on their own homes or businesses?
Yeah, it makes it a lot simpler in that you don't have to every time you go to a different municipality, you have to come up with a different way of doing things. And also, I think we're not completely eliminating the local ability to do things, but what we are saying is that in certain cases, like if you already have a roof that's already inspected and all that, if you have a solar panel that is exceeding by a foot from the existing roof, or it goes about a foot above the height top part of the roof, and that should be exempt, and the rest of it, if they want to regulate it, they can do that. But I think we need a lot more. I mean, this is just the beginning of the streamlining of the permitting process. Also, permit fees vary from town to town, and it makes it very difficult. And if you can really come up with one way of doing it, because you have ground mounted and proper setbacks, as long as you are 50 feet from the neighboring property, and you're okay, and I think you don't need to go through that. And if you does not eliminate the variance. If somebody says, okay, I want to build, I don't want to only 1 foot, I want to go 2 feet beyond that, and then you can go before the zoning board and get the variance.
And that would still put some of the control in the hands of the municipality.
Right. Yeah, municipalities have the control ultimately. I think wanting to make sure that make it simpler for the installation for residential.
So talk to us a little bit about another bill that you've recently introduced, and this would talk a little bit about output rather than the size of a solar project. What would this mean, and how would this work for potentially larger scale projects?
Like, for example, there's a project in one of the municipalities, I don't want to mention the name, but the project is about $30 million project, and the permitting fee is about $500,000, which is a lot. I mean, I don't know how much inspection you need to do for $500,000. And I think that's, again, talk about disuniformity. By having the permitting based on the output, the property taxation based on the output. For example, you produce 1 megawatt of electricity, then you pay about $7,000 per every megawatt that is produced. This way, what it does is that it makes it very simple for the municipalities as well as the companies that are installing various solar and renewable energy technologies.
Why do you think it's important to have these streamlined processes in place when it comes to things like permitting fees or ordinances when we talk about the future of solar?
Well, we are trying to create jobs, and we are trying to attract investment into the state. And when you're trying to create jobs, and we want to make it as business friendly as possible, and having laws defined, everybody should follow the rules. And only thing is that you have to define the rules in such a way that the people understand it and is uniform across the state.
Thank you very much. We've been talking with New Jersey State Assemblyman Upendra Chivukula. I'm Jill Horner.